so I don't need.
Okay, so I have just
Thank you. Thank you.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, so
I guess you will share. You send it to us, right?
well, it depends. But I'd like you to be present in it anyways.
Yes, I am. But I'm not. I don't. I'm going to be in and I know going. I'm going out and coming in. Come my
Yeah,
children.
just
Yes,
try. So can everybody see my screen?
yes, we can.
Okay, so my name is Little Jacob, and I will be talking to you about the global opportunities available for you as a freelance copywriter. And in this webinar, I'm going to touch base on, fundamentals of selling and roadmap to getting clients, to getting started pretty much, right? And this is against the background that we're in a age where you need to be able to make money on demand. Like if you're stranded, you need to be able to convert your skill to currency without having to send CVs, without having to apply to jobs and all that. You should be able to sit down in the corner of your room, connect your device to the internet, go on specific web pages and make money with your skill, right? I need us to understand that background. People say make money online, they go on marketplaces, but the fact remains that if you're not contributing to that marketplace, if you're not bringing value to the table, you can't make money online, except you want to do Naira bet and some other unscrupulous ways of making money, right? But legitimately, you need to bring something to the table, which is why we're going to be talking about copywriting. So for those of you who are just joining, we're just meeting very, very first time, I launched into freelance writing when I was in fourth year as a pharmacy student back in 2014. And I started writing professionally in 2015. And I've worked with tons of clients. Like I've lost count of the people that I've worked with, private persons. And I have been good money from copywriting, which is why I am sharing this with you, sharing this opportunity with people, and so that they can grab these opportunities as well. And this is like a crash course. This is like really a crash course, even though we've tagged it a webinar, right? And yeah, so that's pretty much. You can ask me questions later if you want to. So what we're going to cover content writing, content writer. Who is a content writer? Who is a copywriter? This is one of the questions I get a lot. We don't know the difference between content writing and copywriting, so I'm going to answer that. And what are the in-demand remote writing jobs? When you get started, when you brand yourself, what are the jobs that you should apply for, or what kind of jobs that can get you really paid, right? So we're also going to look at the fundamentals of sales and persuasive writing and your roadmap to seven-figure freelance writing. So there's something about roadmap. When I say roadmap, it's not just vocabulary or grammar, because these days some of these words have been overused, and you may already, got used to the word roadmap, and you may feel like, what's this guy talking about again? Roadmap is strategy. So there is a difference between you going on YouTube and watching tons of videos and somebody giving you their own recipe for success, so that all you have to do is just copy and paste, just follow what they say. That's how people are able to shorten their learning curve. So I have done this for 6 years, and my students are able to achieve what I've achieved in that space of time, just in about 6 months, just because they started off from where you know, from where I am really. And so I want you to pay attention to that part of the webinar so that you can understand how to get results. A lot of people spend their time on the internet and they cannot get results just because they don't have a step-by-step roadmap. And your survival toolkit. The toolkit is literally your arsenal. That's what you need as a freelance writer, what you're going to be using from time to time. So that's why I tagged it survival toolkit, right? So that said, somebody says, no, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Justina, you probably want to check your mic. Is it just one person? Can you confirm for me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, right. So So that's that. I really want you to pay attention to the roadmap part of this webinar, right? So who is a content writer? You need to be able to, if you're going to be a copywriter, you need to be able to answer this question. A content writer is someone who specializes in producing relevant, engaging written content for websites and digital media. Now, that may sound a little bit complex, but let me break it down. When it comes to content writing, the first thing that should come to your mind is blog writing, people writing for websites. Now, when it comes to content writer, when it comes to content itself, the first thing you should be thinking about is information, is education. Now, there is a three-step principle that we use in sales and advertising and marketing generally. We call it triple T. The first one is teach, the second one is transform, and the third one is transact. So in marketing general, you can't just see someone and sell to them. You need to teach them and get them to a point where they begin to see your product as the next solution. That is why brands and companies invest a lot in, so that's why companies invest a lot in content marketing, in content writing. See people producing blogs, newsletters all the time because they want to teach their prospects, they want to engage with their customers. So after some time, then they can begin to market to them and say, oh, take advantage of our discount, do this and do that. That's how these things work. So content writers only just write to inform. They educate people. You go on blog, you want to read about the COVID-19, you want to read about the new vaccine. Those are information. That's content writing. You're not selling anything per se. All you're just doing is giving out information to people. However, a good content writer will try to make their content, engaging. So that's a baseline. That's like the starting point. When you understand what a content writer does, then we can now begin to see how we can adjust your perspective or your writing so that you are able to write in to achieve sales, right? So the difference between I'm going to have to shuffle between these slides because I probably did not arrange them very well. But what I'm trying to say is that the major difference between a copywriter and a content writer is the fact that one is trying to get sales, the other one is just informing, telling people, building trust. Like I already mentioned to you, you can see on the right hand side, content writing is building trust with people, right? You are informing the reader, you're writing blogs and all that, you're trying to drive engagement. But when it comes to copywriting, you are using emotion to sell. You are trying to close a deal, you're trying to get people to buy now rather than later. That's copywriting. We're going to go into the different types of copywriting shortly, and so that you can see the opportunities that are available for you. You can begin to see that if everybody becomes a copywriter in Nigeria, there'll be enough jobs to go around. And I also tell people that the reason why copywriting is so lucrative is because it's a professional career. It's not just a random thing. And I give this example all the time that if you go to the hospital and you want to talk to a surgeon, somebody who, let's say maybe a patient needs to be operated on their heart. If the surgeon tells you that, can you please mute your mic if you're not talking? If the surgeon tells you that the price of this surgery is $25,000 or one crazy amount of money, you can't negotiate it because the surgeon is a specialist. So that's what makes copywriting lucrative. It's not as if we're doing something extraordinary like that, but because we use copywriting to get sales, business owners will pay you for that. Because if you write a single email for your client can reuse that email again and again and again and again to keep selling their product. So they are never going to get to a point where they say, oh, we've used this email too much, we're going to have to change it. No, the worst that can happen is for them to see the ways by which they can beat the control, maybe have you write more templates for them. But generally, the reason why copywriting is so lucrative is because we use copywriting to make money. And every business owner wants to make money, right? So, which is why we always advocate that if you are going to learn any skill, why not learn something that makes you exclusive, not somebody offering to pay you 1 naira per word just because you are doing the same thing that everybody does on the internet. everybody is a content writer in Nigeria, but not everybody is a copywriter. Not everybody understands how to write in a way that get people to buy, which is a very valuable skill, right? So having said that, I hope by now that we understand the nuances, the differences between copywriting and content writing. So I'm going to take you through the different kinds of writing, really, so that you can begin to understand that there is so much opportunities in this space for you to grab, and you don't have to do everything. You can pick one thing, just one thing out of all of these things on my screen, and become a badass at it. You see, one of the challenges that people have in the Nigerian space or generally when it comes to freelancing is because people want to do everything. They want to learn everything at the same time, and they've forgotten that our time is limited. We don't have time. You have kids, you have family, you have books to read, you're in school. There is so much fighting for your attention, right? So you need to be able to niche down, narrow down, and stick to one thing. Now, if you look at this screen, we have direct response copywriting, we have marketing copywriting, we have brand copywriting. That's three already. We have SEO content writing. We also have SEO copywriting. We have creative content writing. We have technical content writing. I intentionally divided this into content writing so that even if you feel like, even if you feel like you don't want copywriting, you want to stick to content writing, I try to also give you options. But let's talk about SEO content writing first. When it comes to SEO content writing, it's pretty much writing to help to increase visibility on search engines. SEO is search engine optimization, right? And the starting point is you research the keywords, the kind of keywords that people are putting out on Google. You want to search for that keyword. You want to find out what kind of, if you're in, let's say you have a business around, you sell perfume oils. So you want to go to Google. You want to find out what kind of keywords people are searching for. Are people searching for how to luxury oils? So even if you feel like in your head, you feel like what people are searching for is perfume oil, you'll be shocked. You may be shocked, and you use your Google keyword planner. You use software like Uber Suggest, and you use words like tools like Keyword Everywhere, and you discover that people are searching for luxury oil. And you're like, so if you go ahead and use perfume oil in all of your content, you won't get visibility. So an SEO writer is somebody who understands keyword research. An SEO writer is somebody who understands how to write for search engines and for humans. So you shouldn't write something and people can tell that this guy is trying to put in keywords. If you write in a way that people can immediately spot that you're stuffing in keywords somewhere, then Google will flag that page. Your client will not be happy. They're not going to get visibility. So in SEO content writing, you do your keyword research, you get those keywords, your short tail keywords, your long tail keywords, your H1 tags, your H2. They can do more research on SEO content writing and all that. This is a big niche on its own. Like if you dedicate all your life to SEO copywriting, you're going to make a lot of money. You can take that from me. So remember that I'm going to show you how to look for these jobs, but I like to spend time on talking about the skill because that's what is lacking in today's world. A lot of people want to make money, they don't have the skill, right? So when it now comes to SEO copywriting, the difference in that particular web page is that you're writing to get people to take action, maybe to download a free ebook and get their emails, to subscribe to your newsletters and all that. That is just the difference between SEO content writing and SEO copywriting. Now, if you're here and you're probably on Fiverr already, you're struggling, and I mean, this is one niche that is very, very hot right now. So if you say something like, I would write 5,000 words SEO long form blog for your brand, 5,000 words, and you just put your price at say $200, and you demonstrate because you are an SEO copywriter, you want to show the client that you actually understand these things. Then you write your gig description in a way that shows that you understand the skeletal framework of a typical SEO page. So the number one way to market to your prospect is to market to them by showing. You don't tell. You don't, when you're marketing, you're not telling people that, oh, I'm an SEO expert. You show them what you're capable of and how your skill can help their own business. So that's that about SEO. You can play around with copywriting. Since we already understand, we have an understanding now that the difference between content writing and copywriting is the aim of that content. Now let's talk quickly about creative content writing and creative copywriting. Now, when it comes to creative content writing, we're talking about your social media posts, your Instagram caption, your Facebook caption, your ebooks, your novellas, your scripts, your movie scripts, and all that, your explainer videos on YouTube and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to copywriting, again, the aim of these materials is to get sales. That's just the difference. Now, let's talk about technical content. We have technical manuals, white papers, SOPs, reports. These are company documents. And it will shock you that there are companies in the US, Australia, Canada, everywhere that will pay you shitload of money, pardon my French, that will pay you a lot of money for these materials. I mean, somebody will just ask you, write an SOP for our organization. All you need to do is to look for related material in that industry. If you're writing an SOP for a manufacturing plant, are they manufacturing plastics? You probably want to find out, similar industries, want to look for their SOPs and ask them specific questions about their own operations and provide your draft. People pay for stuff like this, and you'll be shocked. People pay as high as $500, $1,000 for SOPs because once they create it, they don't recreate it. It's just a standard operating procedure, right? White papers. We're in an age, right? I'm sure everybody knows about cryptocurrency now. Without a white paper, you cannot launch a cryptocurrency. Now, if you do a quick Google search, just find out the amount of crypto coins that are in the market. There are tons of them, millions of them, billions of them. Right? Maybe not billions, but tons of them. All right. And before you can actually get a coin, get it out, you have to write a white paper. If you go to Fiverr, just search for ICO white paper, you see a lot of gigs. You see Nigerians just going there, writing white papers for this guy, making money. So you can see that the only reason you're not making money online from writing is just you, because you are not ready to put in the work to learn the skill, which is why I'm having this webinar with you. Like I said, I could just go ahead and start telling you about my course, and I could go ahead and start telling you about my packages and all that. But I just, beyond the brand, because we are not hungry people. I'm sorry if that sounds prideful. We're not hungry people. We want people to be able to get access to real knowledge and have their lives transformed. So even if you can afford my course, you should leave this webinar with something. You should have something rekindled inside of you to go pursue your dreams and transform your life. So I'm going to focus now on the last three elements on this page. We have the direct response copywriting. I hope you guys have been listening to me and I've not been talking to myself.
Yes, we have.
I don't know, because if you're not listening to me, we could just end this right here.
No, so please.
Put in the chat, let me know if you're following. Just put in the chat. Let me see if I get 4 people to respond, then I will continue. Let's put in the chat. If you're following, let's just put in the chat. Let me know. It seems like I only have Esther on this call. And okay, 2 more people. Excellent. So, so three more forms of writing here. Direct response copywriting. Then we have, so what makes when you say something is direct response? Can somebody tell me quickly, what's your understanding of direct response? When you hear direct response copywriting, what comes to your mind? Quickly, anybody? I mean, I'm not going to crucify you if you say something wrong. Anybody, you can unmute your mic and let me know what comes to your mind when you hear direct response. Anyone?
Instant response, instant selling.
Right. So direct response. And if you look at it very well, direct response is something that every business owner wants. All business owners, I've not seen any business that does not want direct response, because that's how you make sales. That's how you get more customers. So people are ready to pay you a lot of money for direct response copywriting. And I'll give you examples of direct response. We have your Facebook ads, Facebook ad copy. As short as your Facebook ad copy is, people can pay you up to $200 for every 150 words that you write. Because you tell people in that copy that click the button to buy now, click this to download our ebook, click this to register, because it's immediate. You want people to do something now rather than later. We have sales pages, we have the squeeze pages. A squeeze page is just a page that sells the click. They only want you to put in your email. I'm sure you have seen pages where the only thing you see is just a line, put in your email, and they tell you download our Kinecon free report and all that. Very short, straight to the point. That's a squeeze page. They want to squeeze the email out of you. So you jump on that page. The only aim of that marketer is to get your email, and they squeeze it out of you, or using a number of dynamics, right? Marketing copywriting is what you do to keep putting your product out to people with the hopes that one day you strike a particular chord in them, you answer one of their doubt questions, or you're able to show them a particular part of your brand that can help them get to the next level. So we use newsletters, we write every day to people. You have your own newsletters, you communicate to them, sales emails, landing pages, brochure, and fire copywriting. So you can go ahead and brand yourself as a marketing copywriter. And the moment you brand yourself as a marketing copywriter, it means that then you will focus on these things. You would master these ones. We have brand copywriting, people write scripts for businesses, press release, and all that. So you can see that if you just pick one thing, I mean, if you can start with press release. Go learn everything about press release. I mean, you can go do that by yourself, or you can take my program and you just have all the recipes. You just go in there and do what you have to do and start getting clients. But if you cannot afford my course, or you feel like you don't want to pay for something, I'm just giving you free strategy, right? Go learn everything about it. Take your time. You can take a whole year, learn this, master these things, then come back into the marketplace and market yourself aggressively. People will pay you. People will pay you, right? So let's talk about the 3 fundamental rules of selling. Like I already told you that this class is not just about getting you to buy my course, or I want you to take something home. And the 3 fundamental rules of selling is that, number 1, people don't like the idea of being sold. You can't just meet somebody on the street and tell them that, oh, buy this wristwatch. You're not even gentle. So people don't like it. People should be tempted, not you don't put it to their face. I want to sell something to you, I want to collect your money. No, nobody buys that way. People buy things for emotional, not rational reasons. So this is one thing that you need to know as a marketer. No matter how fantastic your product is, right? Even if your product can let it be able to raise the dead, you still need to market that product. And you need to find an emotional angle to sell it. So what we have now in the market is we see a lot of marketers in this space, and they've mastered this emotional angle very well, and they don't have good product. So now imagine you as a business owner, or you get to a point where you launch your own product. You've spent hours on your product, and your product is solid. If you cannot do emotional selling, you won't sell. Just take it to the bank. If you like, let your product be the best thing after sliced bread. If you don't understand these 3 fundamental principles, you are not going to sell, full stop, right? And the last principle here says that once sold, people need to satisfy their emotional decisions with logic. So you have a plasma TV, let's say the biggest size possible, and you want to sell to somebody. You don't tell them, oh, this TV has 95 inches. It doesn't do anything to their brain. But when you tell them something like, oh, maybe on a Friday night, you're enjoying your favorite Netflix movie with your family, and you're nibbling on popcorn same time, it creates this atmosphere of love, you're bonding, the movie experience is immersive. Then your client or your prospect can begin to imagine themselves using your product. And that is where the emotion starts. That is where you can sell to them. And once they're like, okay, so how much? Then you can now begin to tell them because they've already made a buying decision in that emotional state. Then you can now begin to help them justify that process. Like, okay, and this is big, it's 95 inches. Oh, it is I mean the glass is blah, 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 thickness, it doesn't break easily and all that. Even if you have kids around, you help them, you guide them through that buying process, and they buy. My apologies. Right, and this is the main reason why I'm sure it has happened to most of us on this call, where you went to the market, you bought something, and you got home and you are feeling sad. That's buyer's remorse. You're like, why did I even buy this thing? And you probably will. You end up not wearing that shoe. You end up not using that bag. But when you were buying it in the market, you were in your emotional, you were in the peak emotional state. And at that point is that nobody can tell you otherwise. Somebody tell you that don't buy this bag, don't buy this watch, don't buy this shoe, you will still buy it, because at that point in time, you were making an emotional decision, right? And when you got home, you're like, why did I buy this? Because at that point, you're already back to your baseline emotion. You're like, okay. So that's what happens all the time. And that is why every marketer tries to raise your emotion. Although people use it, like I tell people that I tell some of my friends, my marketer friends, that there's a thin line between manipulation and marketing, especially when your product is not good. I mean, oh well, if your product is good and you sell to people and they finally buy your product, and you're like, because we've gotten feedback from our students where they tell us, oh, Jiri, thank you for the push. Thank you for those emails. You keep sending me emails. I'm glad I bought this course. Thank you for, I almost did not buy it. I almost did not come in. I thought it was just another random copywriting class. So if your product is good, then you can do ethical marketing. You can be sure that when people buy your stuff on an emotional level, they won't regret it, right? So, but this is it. Anything, in fact, after this call, pay attention to the ads that you see on Facebook. Don't just consume. Don't just be a consumer. Don't just be somebody that you spend all your time on Instagram every day. You don't understand how things work. Study these things. There's a lot you can learn by observation without even reading a book. Study these things. Why did this person write this headline like this? Why? What are they trying to do? Just understand how things work. And trust me, even now that you will still fall for these things. And the reason is because the human brain has not evolved. The same principles that worked 1 million years ago will still work now that 1 million years if Christ tarries, right? So the human brain will never change. The configuration will never change. We react to the psychological triggers. So you need to know them, not because you want to harm yourself from not buying things online, so that you yourself can also, especially when you have a fantastic product, you will not be lagging behind in the digital space, right? So in marketing, in direct response copywriting, I'm focusing on direct response copywriting now because that is the big deal. If you're a good direct response copywriter, you will be extremely valuable. Apart from being extremely valuable to your client, you will be influential in your workplace. Have you ever wondered why some people in their workplace, they're like the Oga's friend? It's not because they're not necessarily the hardest worker in the room. In fact, more often than not, they're usually the laziest in that organization. But there's something about them. They know how to get to people. You can learn these things. I'm not saying you should go and be whining people or be manipulating people, but if you really want to get ahead in life, you need to understand some of these things. And you are working every day. You be before 7 a.m. You're already at work. You've done all your job, but nobody likes you. Nobody really cares about you. Yet the so-called person in your workplace that is not serious, that is supposedly the laziest person, is having dinners, going on trips and all that, sending them abroad for stuff and all that. So you need to be able to create influence, which is why I told you from the start that this is not just about making money. It's about, it's a life skill, right? So I'll just walk you through 7 emotions that we use in direct response copywriting. And if you are of Catholic origin, you would be able to relate with the word 7 deadly sins, right? And the first one is fear. Fear is a powerful emotion. In fact, I feel like fear is the most powerful emotion. You tell people something like, door closes tonight, last chance. Those are terms that you use. Although people are already getting used to FOMO, fear of missing out. Last chance, you've got 2 days to register. Even when you know that this thing is FOMO, somehow you still fall for it. Why? Because it's just your brain. You can't just help it. Even if you know, even me that I'm a marketer, I still buy stuff. I'm like, why did I still fall for discount? I still fall for discount. I fall for those things because these are when I'm not, of course, you may be wondering, why am I telling you this when I'm going to sell my course to you at the end of this webinar? But it's just the way it is. It's just principles. Principles don't work today and they work today and they will not work tomorrow. They're principles. You just have to know it and use it. Full stop. Right? Greed. Imagine the campaign. We have so much campaign on sugar. and diabetes. Yet, Cold Stone will tell you, buy a cup and get one cup free. And people still buy. In fact, you see people who are diabetic and they still eat these things because emotion. Vanity, they'll tell you, if you buy this product, you're just going, only 3 people have this product in Nigeria. Only 3 people have this bracelet in Nigeria. If you buy this bracelet, you're going to be the third person in the entire Nigeria. And they say you should bring $10,000 to buy a bracelet that someone could have, an Hausa man could be selling at the market for 500 naira. And you buy because you're like, oh, I'm exclusive. Yeah, vanity. That's vanity. Lost. And this is a very big industry. I tell you, I kid you not. Go on Instagram, go on Instablog, go on these pages. You see a lot of, materials, a lot of products around, sexual performance. You see products around, maybe get body configuration and all that. Lost. It's a powerful emotion. And that's why before and after pictures are very powerful. Before, after. People fall for those things because it's a powerful emotion, lost. And if you're in a weight loss industry, you are in industries like that, men's health, women's health, lost is a powerful emotion that you can use to sell your product. Like I said, people who don't even have good product are using they are using these things. I'm not badmouthing anybody. I'm not going to mention brands, but you go find out Kayamata, whatever. These are big industry. People are selling stuff, and they're not selling because they're not selling basically because the product is, oh wow, very good, but they're selling because they have mastered these fundamental principles. And if you're a marketer, you're in sales and marketing, please just master them and use it. Full stop. Then we have pride, and we have pride, which is a very close to vanity as well, and even our parents, you hear prayers like, and you will do better than your contemporaries. You will rise above your contemporaries. Why do you want to do better than your classmates that they are teaching you the same thing? Why can't you just be friends and just leave? Let everybody progress like that. But you hear prayers like that, you're like, why does everybody want to do better than the next person? Why? I mean, there's no pressure really. But pride is a powerful emotion. Envy as well. Envy. So you hear stuff like, when you buy this product, you're going to be 10 steps ahead of people who are already in that market. Why do you want to be 10 steps ahead of other people? Envy. Laziness. They tell you, oh, we will deliver to your doorstep. Don't worry. Then you get on the app, they even tell you, I mean, Coaston has done that before. They will tell you when they introduce their online ordering, they tell you to order online, and because if you use the app, you get an extra discount. Even you that you walk into the store, you see an advert that says that if you use the app, then it will be cheaper. They're trying to get you to get accustomed to using the app because they know that once you use the app the first time, you get discount. You are in the store and you're using the app and you're saving like extra 1,000 naira or 500 naira, and you do the second time. By the time you're going to order, then it becomes your way of life. Even the days that you don't want to spend, you just have your friends over, and the next thing that you do is, you use your mobile phone and you buy. So that's laziness. So these are 7 fundamental principles in sales and marketing that, I kid you not, you don't need to take an MBA to be able to do this. And I mean, this is just take it, right? So, like I said, in marketing, in sales, copywriting, what we do is that we tempt. You don't force people, you tempt, right? And as much as I don't know, pardon me if you're not a Christian in here, when you look at the story in the Bible, right? And when Satan was trying to tempt Jesus, and like, I will give you the word now, like, look at the word, just bow down. He was not telling him that. So there are things that we can learn from observation. You tempt people, right? So there's an example. Let's say you want to get your friend to buy a piece of chocolate cake. You wouldn't start off by listing 10 reasons why cake is good for them. You will not tell your friend that these 10 reasons why cake is good for you. No, you won't do that. You will just be telling them that, imagine that cake, just put it in your mouth, chocolate cake. You just be saying stuff like that, and you're like, let's buy it. That's how it works. That's how it works. So the moment you are forcing people and you feel like you're forcing them, they're not going to buy from you, right? So you see people on WhatsApp because they will say, patronize me now. I'm your friend now. Patronize me now. That's not how to sell. You tempt people. If you're selling commodity products, do cross selling, bundle your products together, give people offers, right? So that's that with that one. Let's start with that one. So the question is, can we all be freelance writers? That's one question that I get all the time. Oh, gee, I don't have background in writing. Oh, gee, I don't have background in sales. I can't write. Me too. Did I have background in sales? I was a pharmacy student. I mean, I was drawing chemical structures back then. Bulk of the things I did were chemistry. So I was not a writer, when I grabbed this opportunity. So you can be a freelance writer. Everybody can be a freelance writer. If you want to, you can be a freelance writer, right? So that's pretty straightforward. What you don't need any capital to start. Where apart from you investing in personal development, you trying to shorten your learning curve. Instead of spending 1 year trying to figure out things in yourself, you get a comprehensive course like ours, and you can save yourself so the stress of trying to figure out this and that. You don't need to be a university graduate to work remotely and online. Like I mentioned, I started in my 4th year when I was in pharmacy school. That was about 2014. And I didn't have any certificate on marketing or whatever. So, which is why I tell people that all these WhatsApp classes that you attend, they give you ebooks and all that. That's not enough to be a copywriter. May they give you certificate. Nobody cares about your certificate. Nobody really cares about that. What business owners care about is, can I see results? Can you help me get results? If you write emails for me, will my email open rates go up? If you write emails for me, will my conversion rate go up? Right? Can you write easy to read website content? Can you help me with my Facebook ads? Nobody cares about your certificate. So which is why if you're going to take a copywriting course, you should be taking a practical course where you can get your hands dirty. Assignment, class activities, and in a matter of weeks, you're like, you already know what you are doing. I'm going to show you around shortly. If you wait to the end, you don't need to be a creative genius to be a copywriter. And I kid you not, the bulk of what we do as a copywriter is listening and the research. Your client has all the answers. Most people don't understand. So you want to write, it's not your product. You're not the manufacturer. Your client has a product, they want to sell that product. All you need to do is ask them questions. There are specific questions you need to ask them. A lot of people don't know this approach, but just ask them, then get the answers. Why do you want to sell this product? Who are you targeting? What emotion would you like to evoke from your prospect? How do you want them to feel? You ask them these questions and you translate your findings into your copy. Right? There are all the advanced strategies that I teach in my program that if you come into my program, you're going to learn them. Can you please mute your mic if you're not talking? I would really appreciate that. Right. Okay, so so what you need, like I mentioned this many times, there is nothing that you want to do in this life. If you want to achieve success, you need a burning desire to succeed. I mean, regardless of if you like, go and learn programming. If you like, go and learn anything. You need a burning desire to succeed. It's going to be tough in the beginning, but become pretty easy as you go. So when you start a new undertaking, it's going to be very tough, right? And as time goes on, then you begin to understand how things work. The ability to write quickly and consistently meet tight deadlines. When you start your journey as a freelance copywriter, you get to a point where you begin to get a lot of jobs. And which is one of the opportunities I was going to talk about. When you get to that point, all you have to do is morph into an agency. So these are opportunities. You can be a freelance copywriter. You can use your skill in your workplace. If you're on a sales and marketing team, you close calls, you're doing network marketing and all that. You can also build your writing agency. In fact, you don't even need to be a writer to be the writing agency. If you come into my program, for example, you learn all the tricks and strategies, get those jobs, set up your business page, set up your website, hire writers in Nigeria, get them to work for your brand. And because you already have the success formula, then you can wow your client. In fact, when you are interviewing your writers, you know the right questions to ask them. When your writers deliver your copy to you, you already know what a good copy should look like because you've taken a program like mine. So these are opportunities that you can explore. And I know that our price points are not very cheap, but only those who understand the power of investment can take our program. I give an example of a student who came into our program. She's a nursing mother. She has 2 kids. And when she had taken a couple of programs before, and she called like, Chire, can I make money from your program? I was in a good mood that day. So I said, okay, no problem. Let me show you the side of my program. I showed the person. I told them, ask me any question. If I ask me to play videos randomly for you, and I did that, and they paid, and they came in. Now the one making the money, they got their certificate because the before I issue you my course certificate, you must have landed at least 10 clients, and you must have made at least $1,000. So they got the certificate and were like, oh, so they have a skill, they've made money, they can rev up on that skill, they can transfer that skill to their own children. They have transformed their own life. And that's how it works. Now, the $1,000, that's the first revenue, that's 560K. They bought the program for 100K. So they've made times 4 or 5 of their money back. And last time I checked, they've done 2,000. So it keeps going like that. And apart from making money, I keep telling people that money is just is a given. I have not seen any valuable person that is broke. You can't carry a skill like this and have access to the right strategies to get clients and be broke. It doesn't work that way. Which is why I always tell people that focus knowledge first. Get the knowledge, get the skill, then go out there and market yourself. You make money. Success is not that very difficult to unravel. But it's just that a lot of people don't want to do the hard work of learning and mastering a skill. The moment you master a skill, then it becomes autopilot. You don't have to struggle anymore. And you don't have to learn everything, which is why I teach 5 major writing deliverables in my course. Facebook ads, website copy, landing page copy, e-commerce product descriptions for Amazon. You can agree with me that the e-commerce market is very, very large. So we teach that so that you can make money quickly. Amazon, Shopify, and all of those. And you just have to, we focus on those 5 so that you can master them, create your gigs on them, get jobs on Upwork and all that, and begin to make money. But you have to master this skill because no sane person is going to give you dollars and you will not provide good work. It doesn't work. So that's why I always tell people, why are you getting scammed on buying courses on the internet? If you want to buy a program, look at the person that wants to teach you how to make money. Do your research. Find out about them. Have they used this skill to make money? Because it's not just enough to come on YouTube, gather YouTube information and give people loads of PDFs. There are a lot of people, if you check their system, go to their desktop, you see books on copywriting. You see courses that they bought that they got for free, that they didn't pay for. They're just sitting down there. They don't do anything about it. So whether we like it or not, there is no miracle anywhere. You have to do the work. And that's why our program, apart from you getting into the course, we also put you into accountability cells. Because we know that the world is so distracting right now. So when you see your friend in your own group got a client, you wake up that it's not this the same program that we took. In how many days that you got a client. You want to go and get a client. So any course that does not give you a community, that doesn't have a community layer, I mean, you shouldn't be taking those courses. Because what's the difference between the transformative course and Udemy? So apart from all of this, we have all of that. But apart from that, you need to bring your desire so that you can get the most results and all that. So you need the drive and dedication to learn your craft, and you need to understand that there is nothing hard about writing powerful and engaging content. There is nothing hard in this life. A lot of you guys who now drive, I mean, you remember the first time you tried to drive, it was messy. But now you're the one driving and you're not even looking at the front, calling people on the phone, driving, flexing, going 150 to 120. And the first time you were going to drive, it was very, very tough. So there is nothing in this life that can defy repetition, consistency, and showing up every day. So if you're going to come, into copywriting, just prepare your mind that you're going to give it your best shot and you're going to do whatever it takes to break through. Others have done it. I have done it. We have over 200 students in the academy who have done it, who have crushed it. You can do it as well. And if you think about it, 100K for our elite program is just $200. That's how crazy it is. And if you get a skill like this in a year, you're let's say you do 10K, that's roughly 6 million, right? So whatever we give you in the program, you can't really pay for the actual value, because this is not uh this is not information that we got on Google. This is my live experience over in the last 6 years transformed into a course. So you're learning from somebody who has walked the talk. You're learning real strategies that are evergreen, right? So if you're on the fence, you're still thinking, should I buy this guy course? You want to come in, because I can guarantee to you that next year, January, before the by next year, January, we're going to review the prices and they're going to go up. The 100K package is going to be selling at 200. The one at sometimes going to sell at 150. So, and apart from raising the price, really, the best time is to start now, because even the Bible says that we should redeem the day, for the days are wicked, something like that. You don't know what is coming on. You don't know what emergency you would have to face in another 7 years. And when things happen and people panic, there's no money, and you look back, they've had enough time to prepare for those emergencies. But people don't understand that time itself is a complex phenomenon. Time is misery. Time is your greatest asset and is your greatest enemy same time. All this time, and it's so crazy that you won't even know, because you're just counting one day. When you will know that time is crazy is when we are in 2021 now, but you won't really understand. Let us get to 2025, then you look back. That's when you see the impact of the time that you have wasted, right? And it's just how it is. It's just how it is in life. You will get your report card. You may be balling, you may be thinking that no pressure, but people who are putting in the work, who are burning the midnight candle, who are taking courses, who are implementing, who are pitching clients, they would get their own results too. So you're just taking random courses, and the funny thing is that you only need to spend 1,000 naira every day for the next 365 days to waste 365,000 naira. 1K every day, spend it on irrelevant things, and after a year, you've wasted 365,000 naira that you could have used to transform your life. But people don't see it. People go to school, pay school fees for 5 years, graduate, do NYSC, and they get a 30,000 naira job. And you ask them to pay 100K for a program, learn a skill that will liberate them for them. You're like, oh no, it's too expensive. I've got parties, I've got birthdays, and I've got this and that. So it all depends on perspective and what you want to achieve in life, pretty much. However, I'm going to share with you how you can find remote jobs and where you can go. So most people know Fiverr, Upwork, and recently I got an email from LinkedIn a couple of days ago. LinkedIn is going market-based. It means that when you get on LinkedIn, you are able to showcase your services to people and they're able to hire you. In my course, I don't only teach Fiverr and Upwork, I teach LinkedIn optimization. I teach you how to use LinkedIn to find leads. I teach you how to use Boolean search to get the right leads. I teach you, if you wanna, I teach you how to pitch using certain software and tools and elevator messages to pull people into your network. A lot of people use LinkedIn, they go to LinkedIn and they start posting every day. But they forget that before your marketing effort can yield you results, the right people need to be in your connection. So you're posting every day, but the right people are not seeing your message. So the first thing you need to do is to build a connection of high-paying clients. And how do you do that? I show you that in my course. I show you specific keywords, I show you filter parameters, and I show you how to automate that process so you don't have to stay on your computer connecting every day and be connecting. You can be sleeping, and by the time you use that strategy in my course for 2 months period, you build your connection. So when you now post, your post will be answering the challenges of those people that you've already added in your connection over the last 2 months. That's how you get DMs and they say, I want to work with you. Can I see your portfolio? So these things, you won't see them on YouTube. These things are raw strategies and nobody shares them. Nobody comes to YouTube and tell you, they just give you information, but nobody will really tell you that, oh, do this, then do this, then do this. And that is what my course is all about. And that's why I called it a mentorship program, because I will tell you from start to finish what to do, sharing my screen and doing it live. So I'm not telling you optimize your profile and I will go. I'm showing you right on the screen how I am. I created a new LinkedIn account and I'm optimizing as you go. And you can just open your own to and be optimizing as you go. So that's how you don't waste money on the internet, right? So these are platforms that you can go to get clients: Guru, Indeed, LinkedIn, Fiverr, People Power. You can explore those websites. But remember that for every platform has its own peculiarities and rules of engagement. So there's something we call platform acquisition. Before you go to a platform, you need to understand how that platform works so that you can pitch your tent the right way and you can start getting clients. Like we say, Fiverr is dead, Upwork, I'm not getting clients. But the question is, how did you set up your account? Did you follow some basic rules? Did you follow some advanced strategies? Did you follow some keyword positioning? And a lot of other strategies like that, right? And you try to tell people that you can make money and they tell you, I have Fiverr account now. Oh, my friend has it. Well, how much has he made? But this is the same website that people are making thousands of dollars from every month. So instead of saying it's not possible, your first trigger, this is not even about the cost right now. I'm telling you generally in life, when you see somebody getting a particular result, your first trigger should not be how it's not possible, Joe. Your trigger should be how. How did they do it? You seek knowledge. So you can also go to job boards. Right. If you take my program, for example, you would have been able to build a portfolio. You are able to know how to craft your copywriting CVs and all that. If you want a permanent role, these are sites that you can go to get jobs. You can write them down if you want, and you can go to ProBlogger, which I'm going to share with you, which is one of my favorite job blogs, and go there, and you'll be able to find jobs to apply for. So have you got any questions? Before I talk about the roadmap, do we have any questions at this point in time? I can see Abigail.
I have a question.
Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, my question is, can you actually uh, um what's the word now? Can you actually
Take your
make it copywriting, right? Even without having any knowledge about it. Maybe I don't know how to write. I've never written before,
time.
but I have passion for it. Can I make it? Is it possible?
Yeah. I'm going to share with you my program. I just want to take you through the roadmap so that everything is clear. Then if you want to if you want to make money from copywriting, even if you don't know anything, then I'm going to show you my academy and just share some things with you right in there. Is that okay? Are you able to
Okay.
wait to the end?
Sorry?
Are you able to wait to the end of the webinar?
Yes, sure. I will.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so building on that, that is one of the reasons why we do what we do. We are not teaching copywriting because we want to make money from teaching. We get clients. We work with clients. We've been doing this for years, but we want to be able to help people who are genuinely interested in a program like this, who are genuinely interested in a skill like this, to learn the right way. Because it's one thing to have money, it's one thing to have the right tutor, it's one thing to have the right program. We don't want people to keep going around in circles. So if you're ready to invest in a skill, we want to give you the right product, right? So before we do that, this is your roadmap, right? The first thing you want to do is get your mindset right. I tell you, if you believe that you cannot make it, you can't make it. No matter, I'm sorry to be blunt, if you believe that you can make it, you can make it. No matter the resources they give you. So your mindset needs to be right for you to convert your skill sets to money, right? So you get your mindset right, you learn the skill. Paying for programs like this one, right, is also part of mindset. If you see this money, I can use money to buy clothes, or I can use money to buy this and that, that's a wrong mindset. People who see money as spending, let me just spend, buy this, they don't go far. It is people who see money as a tool for investment that actually go far in life. So you need to get your mindset right. You acquire clients on freelance platforms, you acquire clients on job boards, you pick a niche. You can pick a niche and say something like, I am a direct response copywriter for the health industry. That's a niche. That means moving forward, everything you do is about helping healthcare professionals get more sales. You can even go a step further and say, I am an email copywriter for chiropractors and dentists. That's niching down. I am a direct response copywriter for e-commerce entrepreneurs. I help you get more sales from your product. I write sales content. I write persuasive product descriptions for your Amazon product, for your Shopify product, and stuff like that. That's how you sell. It's not. These things are straightforward and at the same time complex, right? So when you niche down that way, then you begin to talk about the challenges those people are having. So if I'm a copywriter for e-commerce entrepreneurs, then I want to be talking to them that, oh, do you know how much work goes into logistics in e-commerce marketing? They search for this product on Alibaba, or they go to some Chinese website, they buy this product, they ship them, they store them. Now people go on website and they don't buy. So these are the things that you talk about, right? Then you can do marketing on LinkedIn. That's the roadmap in my course. So if you take my course, you're going to learn everything on this roadmap, like in detail, like step by step, right? And all of that. So that's your roadmap to 7 figures. And that is why I tell people that you can make 7 figures for copywriting. I'm not lying. I was not lying in my emails, and I'm still not lying. You follow this roadmap and you will make money from copywriting. So we're gradually rounding up, and we're talking about your survivor toolkit, right? Your survivor toolkit. And this is pretty much straightforward. And when it comes to your job as a copywriter, you're going to need some of these things. Now, about.me, if you go to about.me, you will be able to create like a one-pager website for yourself, free. Grammarly, you proofread your work. hemingwayapp.com. Now, I'm going to explain something to you quickly. When it comes to copywriting, you want to write as if you are talking to a toddler, maybe not toddler, like, a young adult, because you don't want to use complex words. So this Hemingway app helps you to determine your readability level. So if your readability score is very high, then it means that people will struggle to understand you. And the moment people are struggling to understand you, you will lose sales. That's a given. Right. That's what that Hemingway. So when you finish your copy, you run into Hemingway, you fix your readability, you check the flow. There's something we call FK score. You can Google it, FK score. You cannot compare an academic paper, a research paper, with materials for sales. They are two different. You're writing to two different. You're writing to consumers. The other one you're writing to professors or high-level professionals. You can use Payoneer to take your payment, Flutterwave, USD dump. Go to banks. Don't be shy. Walk into any bank, tell them you want a USD domiciliary account, get references, and get a dollar account for yourself. Zoom, you can use Zoom. Zoom is like PayPal, but Zoom, you can send it to your client, give them your details, your phone number, your postcode, your address, and you can get money into your Nigeria account using Zoom. This is not Zoom like Zoom for teleconference, but Zoom. You can research on that. Readable.io works like Hemingway. Invoicegenerator.com, you don't have to stress. You work for a client. Most of these high-paying clients and foreign clients, they're going to ask you for an invoice. So when they ask you, can you send me an invoice? You're not, some people have lost clients because of basic things like this. And they're like, invoice, how do you mean? And they're confused and they're losing money. Go to invoicegenerator.com, put in your name, put in the details of what you want to offer them, what you are doing for them, put in their name, put in the quotation, because they pay taxes. It is in Nigeria that you work with the client and they won't even bother about invoice. They'll just pay you. So it makes you look professional. You're able to charge standard fee. You're working with a US client, you want to write an email for them, say 5 email series for their event, charge them $100 per email, 200 words, that's $500. And you write your invoice, put your name. So you can make money legitimately from copywriting. You don't have to do fraud. You don't have to put your money in MMM and all these Ponzi investment schemes, because everybody just out there to grab the other person's money. So you want to focus your energy on things that you can control. You want to put your money in scalable income. When you know that, if I put more work in this, I will make more money. That's the kind of thing you should be putting your money, not put my money in this. And it's just funny. I'm not badmouthing anybody. Forgive me if this sound condescending. You take 50K salary, for example, you put 40K into piggy vest. After 1 month, you take that 40K back from piggy vest. I mean, Forget about all of those savings things. Invest in how to make more money. Focus on how to make more money. When you make more money, then you can save. You can put money in your whatever savings and leave it there. But if you cannot generate income, you keep dancing around the same thing. And January comes, you write the same resolution for the year. I want to make more money. The same thing keeps happening because you don't understand principles. Success, making money, all of these things, they are built on principles, and principles don't change. Principles do not respect you. Principles are no respecter of nobody. If you want to get this result, then you yield to those principles. QED, right? Then Calendly.com, like I said, most of these guys that will pay you good money, you will need to get on calls with them. So if you are shy, you need to start getting your face on cameras. You need to start talking about what you do. Record a random video, put it in your status. Let anybody, if anybody wants to make jest of it, let them make jest of you. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to feed you, right? So you need to get to a point where you don't care about what families or our friends will say about you, because you are in control of your life. They say, I'm learning copywriting. What would they say about me? I'm trying to get clients. You need to understand that you have to stoop low to conquer, right? Google Docs, write your copy in there, tag your client, let them give you feedback right in Google Docs. Currently, you can create a free Calendly account. People can schedule calls with you and you can discuss with them. Right. So that's the end of this webinar. And I genuinely hope that you'll be able to learn a number of things from this webinar. So I'm going to introduce to you the mentorship program briefly, and you can ask me more questions and I'm going to answer them. So give me a moment. I'm going to share the inside of our program, and we can walk through the process so that you see what you're getting in my program. And if you're there and you're second guessing, this is the opportunity you have to come in and join the other people who are already learning the program. Right. So, but at this point, do you have any questions? Does anybody have any question? Anyone?
No, for now, no.
Okay, great. So when you come into my program, the first thing you get is you get your custom logins. This is a platform that we use. It's literally a school of copywriting. When you get your logins, you sign in and you will be able to see some of these things. There is a welcome note that tells you what this whole thing is all about. There is a learning guide that we show you so that you can be able to get the most out of this course. There is a creed for those people who might be struggling with self-confidence. You can print this, put your name on it, and read it every morning. Because we mark your assignment, we have a grading system for our course, so that when I score you 60%, you know why I'm scoring 60%. You can see poor answer and all of that. So this is not a program where you take and you go to bed. We will demand accountability from you. So if you are struggling with accountability and you want to hold yourself accountable, this is a program you want to take. So apart from our class activities, we have your standard assignment that you will do in your Google Docs, right? So this is the module 1 of the course, where if you don't know anything about copywriting, this is where we teach you what you need to do, how to get started. This is where we talk about mindset.
Hi, welcome.
Because
the truth
of the matter is that when you start something new, you're going to go through all these phases. So we prepare your mind that this is not going to be a very easy journey. Of course, by the time you make your money and you smile, you email me and say, Jacob, thank you for the push. But this is what happens typically. All right, you see that curve. That's what people go through, and people drop off in the middle. Some people drop off in the first curve, right, and all that. And we have the copywriting power hour. The materials that we have. Then we have your class activities. After every module, we ask you questions so that you can measure your progress. That is the module 1 of our program, which is the orientation class for those who are new to copywriting and all that. Then we get to module 2 and we begin to tell you what you need to do whenever you get a client. The questions you need to ask them, the exact questions you need to ask them and all that. You have your activities. We help you. You learn about building your customer avatar and all that, and how you can, because If you don't know your customer, you can't sell to them. This is where we show you everything about customer avatar and all that. And we go into headline creation masterclass and how to create your headlines, different strategies that we use to create your headlines. Then we have assignments. These assignments are projects that I have done and some of my team members have done. And we give you this assignment. We show you, we do some appraisals so that if you're able to finish our program, you will be unstoppable. You will not be scared of any client. So all the fears that you might have, you will face them right in this program. This program is going to transform you. And when you come out, you'll be able to play on any level, both local clients and international clients. You know exactly what to say per time. You're not thinking. You're not doing Somebody asks you a question, you're not booting. You are a crush it copywriter, you have taken a course like this, you are able to stand on your feet and charge what you want. I'm not even saying charge what you deserve. You're able to charge what you want. We go into anatomy of sales letter, we show you the different parts of a sales. We broke them into pieces. You can see the videos in part 1, part 2, part 3. And we do that because we really want you to get it. I don't want you to take my program and take another program in this world. So we have taken the pain to show you everything that you need to know about. Then we teach you advanced customer research. There are strategies that you can use for your research that people don't talk about. You find them in this video. Then you have assignments for every module. So why do we give you assignment? Why do we give you? We give you assignment because when you finish this program, you would be able to build your portfolio. Because the first thing your client is going to ask you is, can I see the work you have done before? Can I see your work? People are not going to ask you, can I see your certificates? What course did you take? What copywriting program did you take? Can I see the certificate they gave you? No, people are not going to ask you that. We're going to ask you, can I see the work that you have done even before they listen to your price? And that is what most people get wrong. They see ads on Instagram and say Fiverr course plus Upwork course plus Clinicon plus certificate. Who is the person issuing this certificate? Are they registered with anybody? What power does that certificate carry? People need to ask these questions, right? Right. So that's why we give you assignment, so that when you get to that point, you're not struggling. You can convince your client. Then we go into landing page copywriting. We broke everything down. We teach Facebook ads. We teach you 4P formulas to write in your sales copies. You can use that for your emails. You can use that. I mean, so much that we share with you. And you have your module 4 assignment as well, which we mark and grade so that you know what you are doing correctly, so that you can do more of them and you know what to change as well. Then module 5 of my program, we teach you e-commerce product description. And we don't just teach you, like I said, I told you that we demonstrate some of these things live. You can see I'm writing a sample right in there. I'm not just telling you this, go and do this, go and do that, right? We teach you website copywriting, B2B versus B2C. How do you write for B2B? How do you write for B2C? B2B is business to business, B2C is business to consumer, right? And there are different strategies to writing these copies, right? So these are some of the things that you are going to benefit if you enroll in this program. I guarantee you, this is a program that you would always be thankful for. And if you're on this call, I believe that you are not on this call by coincidence. There is something that has brought you to join in today. And I can tell you for a fact that if you take this program beyond making money on copywriting, by the time you are done, you will be extremely valuable. When you go out there, you understand how things work. You can explain things. You can explain marketing outcomes. You can begin to understand why certain organizations are making more money. You go to events, eco-hotels, you're able to observe the environment. Why are they, how are they, it's just funny, really. Two people walk into an event. One person is looking for fried rice and jollof rice. The other person is looking at the marketing strategies and able to understand, oh, I like this, great idea. And they're able to apply those things in their own business. But if you don't have the eyes of a copywriter, you can't even see them. You can't see those strategies, right? A salesman will walk into an organization and in 5 minutes, they're able to write 5 key strategies that the organization is using. But if you don't know these things, how can you spot those things? You can't, right? And like I said, we have assignment. Imagine that you've done 5 assignments and one client comes to you and tell you, can I see the work that you have done before? You will be proud to go and show them that, see, this is my portfolio. So in the module 6 of the program, we share with you your first guide to first $1,000, your marketing toolkit, creating your website, your portfolio website. Like I told you, you've already done your assignment, so you should have your portfolio website. I show you how to do that for free in 1 on 2 in that video. Then we have special bonuses. We have a complete UX copywriting masterclass that I did.
This is the UX.
You can go
The
there
song
and
started recommending.
you know, these are videos that we could have sold separately, but like I said, it's a blueprint. We're not going to sell any of the components in this program separately. And you would agree with me that if we sell them separately and tell people to pay 10K, we would be making a lot of money as a brand. But we don't want to do that. We want to make this program exclusive. If you are interested in transforming your life, come in and you have the best experience when it comes to learning. We could sell them. We could sell. I'm coming to the pricing. We could sell them separately, and you will pay. When I say, okay, pay 10K for this, you will pay. But we don't want to do that. We want people who are interested in true transformation, not taking courses. I'm sorry to say, it doesn't make sense. You take a course in January, 5K. In February, you take another course, 2K. They teach you, they give you PDFs. It doesn't. If you're going to take something, let it be something that you can ride on for the long haul, right? So we have our great outreach strategy, how you can scrap people's emails, high-paying clients, and pitch them, how to build your pitch list. There's a lot of strategies that I have introduced in this course. Right. And, I'm even showing some of them already. Creating your pitch list, how you create your pitch list, how do you pitch, how do you get to databases, and all that. There is a lot that I have reviewed to you in this course. And I did this because I created this course because I really, really want to change people's lives. And I felt like if I had not taken advantage of this opportunity 6 years ago, I may not be where I am today. So because I have seen the riches, the opportunities in this skill, I feel the need, I feel it. I feel like I need to evangelize it. That is my drive. My drive is not to make money from training, but I also understand that if I give this whole library, this whole program for free, people are not going to use it. So you need to pay the pain of sacrifice to be able to grab a program like this, right? So you're not learning from YouTube. You're learning from somebody who has done these things and they're just giving it to you. Like, look, just go in there, do these things and watch the results and get results. As long as you're not lazy, you would get your money. This program will pay for the course fee again and again and again. And you can see the extra bonuses in there, how to close clients. Now, in this particular video, you can see it is 1 hour. I shared my closing script with my students, and I shared with them in this same video how I have used the Jordan Belfort straight line. So somebody messaging you to teach my students how to close clients. And I shared my specific script. Let me see if you're able to see part of that. I shared a conversation where I charged my client, I charged them $450, right? You can see, if I'm able to get the video back, I was showing my students in this video, it's a live class that I did for them. And I charged $450 initially for a 300-word sales copy, 300 words. Now, that's what I keep telling you, that there's a difference between copywriting and content writing. I don't have that time. You don't have that time. Why would you be writing 5,000 words on a blog and somebody pays you 5,000 naira? It doesn't make sense. So if you're a freelancer and you say you are free, you're working from home, you should be free. You should be able to go on vacations, go to your favorite restaurant, travel, weekend. Christmas is here. Go to Dubai, have some fun. But if you keep writing content, 5,000 words, you keep slaving away your time. So what's the point? What's the point? So you want to learn a valuable skill and charge very well for your services. And you can see what the client said. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let me know what you require. They're asking me what I need to do their job. That's my picture in there. And they were satisfied. Great job done from a difficult brief. The brief was even very difficult, which is why I teach my students task execution summary, because I don't want you, I tell them the specific questions they need to ask in module 2. That is what, because I don't want you to get to a point where you get paid and you cannot deliver good work. So I have fixed that for you. All right. So this is just a bonus. I intentionally named it a bonus, and it was intentional because people have bastardized bonuses. So I want to be able to take my bonus and feel like, oh, you should have paid for this bonus, right? So this is something that most people will not do. Most of the tutors on Instagram today would not show you their exact script and how they close a client, how they charged $400 for 300 words. I am not saying it by mouth. I have showed you, but I'm not going to convince you. I'm not going to show you my account balance. I'm not going to print out my bank statement to convince you to do something like this, right? But you want to have the understanding that if you take a program like this, you will get your money back as long as you put in the work. I appreciate you staying up to this time, and I'm going to round up in a minute. And also, you don't have to spend money buying courses. You can see we have the Upwork course in here as well in the program. So this is why it's a blueprint. Once you buy it, you have all the resources. You don't have to be spending money on the internet and be looking for what is not. And you can see that we call it crash course, because we don't believe in long videos. Give you what you want, go straight to the point, start getting results. And we didn't just tell you how to get it on Upwork. We've dedicated a whole 1 hour on writing proposals. You see, no matter how good you are, imagine now you've learned all the skill from module 1, module 2, module 3, you are very good, you're a copywriter, but you can't land clients. Is that not even terrible? So because I understand that if you cannot bring the fish to the hook, you can't make money. So we spent a whole 1 hour teaching our students different strategies to writing their proposals. So we don't use templates in CIC. We teach principles, because with principles you can generate results on demand. You don't have to feel like, let me download templates. No, you understand how things work and you are able to get results for yourself. I keep telling my students that this is a course that transcends beyond copywriting. We don't just teach copywriting, we teach life hacks, how to be an extremely valuable person. You can say our Fiverr course, that's our Upwork course. You can say our Fiverr course in there. So these programs, like I said, I can decide to sell this program separately, sell it 10K, 5K, 15K. We'll make money as a brand, but we don't want to do that. So we want people who are really interested, only serious people who want to transform their lives, right? You can see the hot selling Fiverr gigs, tips and tricks, your calendar. If you're struggling with time management, there's a calendar for you. You can start your Fiverr account today, and in another 60 days, you've gotten a number of clients, right? We can sell our LinkedIn course. So imagine we sell LinkedIn alone for 50K. We sell Upwork for 50K. We sell, all of this separately. You would buy because this is value. Then we have bonuses. We have for people who don't want to spend so much time learning how to do these things, and maybe they're under pressure. These are templates, right, that you can use. We also have recommended some books for you, right? So these are things that you can take advantage of, right? So for those of us who are asking for the price point, if you go here to our website, you're going to see the price point, right? And I'm going to share that with you shortly, and you can see the price point for our program. And if you go there, you can see that we have 3 packages. I want to believe you can see my screen. We have the basic package. So the basic package covers the copywriting training itself, right? You can go to the website to learn more about our packages, and the premium covers the copywriting training itself plus Upwork and Fiverr. Then if you want access to everything that I've reviewed to you in this webinar today, if you want access to everything, you also want access to our community, then you want to go for that package. And And it's very, very important that you make the right decision, right? So I'm gonna share with you the website. If you like, you can visit this website, and I would like for you to enroll immediately and not procrastinate, right? I don't want you to procrastinate. I want you to be able to make a decision, and a decision that you would be happy in another 1 month, right? So it's very, very important that you look at these options very well and take advantage of it. So for those of you who are going to be making that decision shortly after this webinar, I'm going to put in some more details in here, and I'm going to start with the elite package. Okay, I'm going to start with the basic package anyways, and give you like an overview of what you can expect, right? So if you're there, I'm going to put them in the chat. You can read them as you're on this webinar, and you can begin to think about the option that is best for you at this time, right? So you can see the installment option in there. If you read the packages, the details of each package, you would see the installment option. And for those of you who are going to be jumping on this course after this call, you have the details in there. You can see the company account details. So you can do that, come into the course, and you can have an amazing journey learning copywriting. And I can assure you that this is not something that you would find anywhere else. So you want to take advantage of this opportunity now when you can, and begin your journey to financial confidence, right? So ladies and gentlemen, I've just pasted the company account details and instruction. Once you make your payment, send your evidence of payment to our email, to that email, or if you like, you can send it via WhatsApp, +234-7063757762. So you can also do that on WhatsApp. Once you make payment, you can send me evidence of payment on WhatsApp, and I will have my program manager on board you. And you can also join our community on Telegram of over 214 students and over 200 students in the networking community. And that's one interesting thing. That's one interesting thing about our community, in the sense that you have other people, like-minded people, who are, on this same journey with you. So do you have any questions for me at this time, so that I can answer your question and we can call it a day?
Yes, I have.
An hour now. Yeah, please go ahead.
I want to know your courses. Is it monthly? Is it biannually? How often
So
does it happen in a year?
so like I just shared, the course is an academy. We already have the materials in there. That's what I just shared a couple of minutes ago. So when you pay for the course, you get your logins to the program.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
The academy is tailored to you per time. So you're not going to see what everybody is saying in their own dashboard, right? But you apart from that, we have private meetings that we do every Thursday for the paid students. If you looked closely that time, you will see replay webinar. So we because of new students, we also upload those private meetings on the dashboard, so that, especially the important ones. So every Thursday we have these meetings with students to help them sharpen their knowledge and teach them more strategies. Then also, once you make payment, you also get added to our community. So it's not a function of how many times we do it. It's a function of time. You want to get started ASAP, because that is what life is all about. If you keep procrastinating, you will never get started, right? And yeah, and like people say, the pain of implementation is better than pain of regret. It's better for you to take the pain and get things done than for you to regretted that, oh, I should have done that, and I had the money, I should have done that, and all that. So, any other questions?
Yes, yes, I do. I have a question.
I have a question here.
All right, go first. Someone should go first.
Okay.
Yeah, just the question I just want to ask is about this particular meeting we just had. My network here is very bad. How can we have access to the recorded broadcast?
I will sleep on it and I'll let you know. If you're on the email list, I'll let you know. If
Okay. Okay.
if my team approves of it, then you get it.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Can I ask my question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. My question has to do with time management.
Yeah.
Now, are the classes recorded? In which case, the students can always join at their own time.
Yeah.
Or there are specific hours of the day that we are attending to. That is one.
Right.
Secondly, I saw 3 payment plans.
Yeah.
3 payments plan. Now, if one takes the one of 50,
yeah,
and one now wants to do the improved one,
yeah,
how does that payment runs? I have done the one of 50. Now I want to pay for the other one.
Want to operate.
Like yes.
So yeah.
Am I paying afresh? Am I paying additional, or I'm paying the whole?
Okay. Okay. To answer that, you just pay the difference. So let's say let's say you've done the premium package 75K and you want to jump on the elite package, you just pay 25,000 naira difference. That's all. If you're on 50, you want to go on the elite, you just pay 50K difference. That's all. And then the first question that you asked, the classes are already recorded, right? Which was, I don't know if you were here when I shared the platform with you. This is the platform, right? You can see, let me play one of the videos for you so that you can confirm that it has been recorded.
Hi, welcome to this session. In this session,
so
I'll be
that's
taking
the
you through
two components of the program.
Before and after transition.
So you just have to come in and follow the system. So because we already know that we cannot teach, look at the library of resources that we have for you. We can't teach everything live over the webinar.
Yes, I understand that.
So we had to do this so that once you come in, we understand that there are people who want to plot an exit from the 9 to 5, there are people who want to combine, so that you can now look at your own schedule and take your time. And also, the essence of the community is to kind of ginger you. When you see your cost taker sharing how they got clients, sharing screenshot of a client paying them, you have a feeling that you know fully whether you're in the right place. And you'll be at peace that it's just a matter of time, you putting in the work, and you get started and you begin to make money with your skill. Right? So
another clarification, thank you. Another clarification too. From your own experience, what is the duration of time that one will use to master how to exhaust to complete the course?
Okay. So per design, like I said, this is my own dashboard. I have taken the course myself, even though I made the course. I've also taken the course myself. Because well, when you come in, you understand what I mean by I took the course myself. 8 weeks. If you're on the early program, 8 weeks, and that's how we've designed it, because we don't want you to spend so much time on consumption stage, on knowledge consumption stage. We don't want you to do that, right? However, we have students who go to module 4 and they had to email us that, see, Oga, I think I have learned enough. And they went ahead, because we have cell system similar to what they do in church, house fellowship, where we bring people who are really doing very well. We assign people under them and they have micro meetings. Those ones just showed them, if you want to start making money, do this, do that. And we have students like that who didn't even finish the program before they started making money. So everything depends on what you want. And there are students who finished the program, got remote jobs, got intern junior copywriter role in in businesses abroad. There are also people who got on Fiverr, their clients like their work. And it's so surprising that all of the feedbacks, 90% of the feedback that our students get, they're usually very positive, and they ask them, where did you learn this thing? So one of them got a permanent job on with the company. They hired the person from Fiverr and they joined their Slack channel. Recently, initially we didn't want to give certificates, but one of our students went for an interview in Abuja in an agency, and the person was asking the person that, what training did you take? The person came back and said, we need to issue a certificate. I just disclosed the identity of the person, and that's how we came up with the whole rule that before we can give you a certificate, either you have made $1,000 or work with 10 pounds. So I will advise you, if you're on this call and you're thinking, should I not? I kid you not. I have reviewed to you the inside of the program. You didn't ask me. I showed you. And if you were following, you would have picked up some things even during this whole thing. So if you're there and you're struggling to make a decision, I would advise you to come in. All right.
So I'm not struggling to make. I have made a decision already. It is the time of implementation I'm working on.
You will. And I wish I could share with you my community, but if we keep sharing the side of the community like this on every call, because we also want to protect the identity of these people who are sharing results on our platform. Yeah. We have a very large community. I mean, 215 people in a community, that's not a small number of people. These are people who have paid for the course like you're about to and are getting results. Right? So and you are able to also network with people that you normally you not have access to. You have access to them. Right? So even if you're a business owner and you join a course like this, you have access to a pool of sales professionals that you can partner with. So the returns on investment on this course is beyond making money from copywriting. That's what I need you guys to understand, that it's beyond that. Because we are building a new generation of sales professionals, competent sales professionals. And you want to be part of that fold. Right? So any more questions from anybody? Any more questions from anybody? Is everybody happy?
Yes, we are.
Okay, very well. I can see my program manager is here.
We are happy.
Yeah, everybody's happy. Boye, do you have anything to say? Mr. Boye is the program manager for CIC, right? And I don't know if he has anything to say before we call it a day.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, guys. So, well, if you're thinking this all is a scam, I think you need not bother anymore about it. You need not worry about it and all that. So, I don't know if he has explained to us, but the biggest thing we can do to hurt ourselves sometimes is indecision and waiting for the perfect time to do something. Do you know that some people joined our program in January, and right now probably they're doing over $2,000 per month? And why some people are saying, I have some people who have they called, in fact, they called me and say, oh, I like this program, is what I need, next month, I'm going to pay, save my number. I want to be seeing your status so that I will pay. And some of them has never joined. The truth is that many people don't understand that life happens to people. And you see, if you can make a commitment and, you can just do what you need to do, I tell you that something else will come up that will probably take top priority. So most times, most of the best decision you take it in the moment. So if you probably are convinced, which I don't think you have any reason to, and also, do you know that, I don't know if he has told you that we have a money back guarantee on our elite plan, meaning that, that's the only plan that we have. The 100,000 plan is the one that we have guarantee for that. If you can pay that much and you do all we tell you to do, and in 90 days after you finish the course, you don't land client and you don't come with your testimonials, just write to us and tell us, oh, you people, you are a liar, we'll give you back your money. And do you know what is actually really happening in our inner group right now? you don't know. People are partnering with one another. Like somebody just posted this morning that she got a gig. She needed somebody who wanted to write a video script. For people are partnering and they are landing job. I mean, the community is going like, even if you let's just say that your village people are very strong. You can't get anything on Fiverr or LinkedIn or code emailing, even inside the program. In fact, as I am now, I'm in need of I'm in need of a copywriter even as I am. And if I want to hire anybody, it's going to be somebody in the group. So the price of the course is just too low. In fact, we might increase it very soon. Actually, the people let me tell you, let me make a shocking news to you. The first people we tried our program with, they paid 25,900 naira. I'm not very sure right now. The first set of
27,600.
copywriters, you said?
27,600.
Okay, thank you very much. The first set of students we had, they paid 25,700. So that time we were like, okay, let's just try this concept and all that and all that. I mean, it was way more than that. I mean, we could have sold this course easily for like, courses of this nature, if you check the US market, is around $997. That's how much they sell. And convert $997 to Naira, that's almost like 400 and something $1,000. Courses that are not up to what we are doing. We've done competition research, and I tell you, when you take this course, you never need to worry about any other course again. Now, those guys came in at 25K. The next set came in at 35. The next set came in at 50. The next set is coming out as 100. Now, if you slack now, probably the next 2 months might be coming in at 250. So, well, your word is enough for the
You
wise.
tried your best, and we try our best as a brand to get people on a track like this, and and hopefully you pick it up, right? And when you learn from people who have actually done it, and I think that's the best experience. You shouldn't take a program and they're sending you to YouTube. I paid for you. I paid to learn from you. You are giving me YouTube links. I think this is the best copywriting program in Nigeria, even if I say so myself. Even I take my own program and I make notes sometimes. So I think you should come in. I look forward to seeing that program, and I look forward to helping you transform your life beyond copywriting. There's so much that we talk about: productivity tips, life hacks, deep work, how to get the most out of your life, and that's pretty much what life is all about, right? And for those, and for someone, if you have issues with accountability, use a program that can actually push you to that level where you get results for yourself. And when you first get your first client, I mean, I get that reaction every time. People come to my personal and they're like, "Oh, somebody paid me $100." And I'm happy, before you know it, you get used to it. 1,000, 2,000, you get your 10K, you get your 100. I mean, sometimes I share my story, I put it out there, but sometimes people don't believe or find it difficult to believe. But we put the same formula in the program. Of course, it's not going to happen in a day. I didn't make my first 100K USD in a month. I didn't make there is an email that we sent how I did 200K USD in 36 months. 36 months divided by, that's like 3 years, right? So, these are real results. But if you don't start now, you won't get to a point where you show clients your portfolio and they believe you. I shared with you just now how I charge $400. That's literally 200K plus for 300 words, something I wrote in less than 2 hours. That's just it. That's just it. So if you want more, if you can take all the information that we shared, go do additional research and keep experimenting. But if you want more and you want straight answers to your questions, how to do it, how to do this, how to get it, just come into the program. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming around today. I really enjoyed talking to you about copywriting and landing and paying clients. And I look forward to seeing you in my course. And I look forward to seeing you in my course. Yeah. So is everybody good to go? If you're good to go, just put in the chat, good to go, and we will close this meeting.
Good to go.
Just put in the chat, good to go, and we will end this meeting. Good to go. Esther is good to go. Where is also good to go? Just put in the chat. Good to go. 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 Yeah, yeah. So bye everybody, and
Bye.